Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Magic Word. And today we're going to be talking about soul places.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is, so I'm excited.
I'm very excited to teach you and to teach everybody that's watching and listening today. Soul place, everyone has one. You might not know what it
Mhm.
is, but it's a place where you feel like you're meant to be.
Okay.
So I want everybody to close their eyes for a second and think about these 5 ways to know if you found your soul place. You feel inspired. It feels familiar, even if you've never been there. You feel at peace. You're full of emotion and you feel nostalgic. Open your eyes. You have anywhere that instantly jumps out to you.
Yes.
What's that?
Up in Northern California in the Great Redwood Forest, I felt so calm. Like everything that you just mentioned, that's exactly how I felt. Anywhere where I'm like in a woodsy, foresty area, I feel so good, especially if it feels magical or looks like it's something that could be otherworldly. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What the heck?
I'm currently wearing a shirt from one of my. I have two. I have two soul places. They're fairly close to each other, but Lake Tahoe and Yosemite are my two soul places. I've been to both places before. I've been to Tahoe twice. I've been to Yosemite 4 times.
Wow.
All in the matter of a few years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And just thinking about the place is it just makes me want to tear up because and it's different for me because I've been there. I don't know if I have a soul place where I haven't been.
I feel like my second soul place for sure would be Wuxian, China. Um, Stunning. So both of my soul places are definitely where I've been. However, there are places, I don't know if this is considered soul place, but I desire to visit, like to a point that it does make me emotional or yearning or things like that. And that would probably be, Scotland, England, Ireland area, so the UK. I
I
heavily desire that.
I think that my soul place that I haven't been before would be Hampton Court
Mm.
in London. Uh,
Oh,
I'm a super big fan of the history of Henry VIII. I'm actually long distantly related to him through cousins on cousins on cousins kind of thing. Uh, and just the idea of being there again just makes me tear up and get goosebumps.
oh,
So I feel like that would be my place where I haven't visited before. Um, but I went to Yosemite and Tahoe with my aunt. And I've talked about my aunt Bunny on stream before about she's just the greatest human being in the whole entire world.
yeah.
And she took me to Yosemite when I was young, and then we went to Tahoe and stayed at a friend's cabin for a few days after that. And coming home from that trip was just beyond belief. I went back again with my friend Renee a different year after that. I took her to California with me for a vacation, and she had never been either to Yosemite, so we took her to Yosemite. And then after that, I went back 2 more times where I met up with a friend that I had met out there and did the whole climb around, do whatever climbing bum lifestyle. And then we went to Tahoe and did the same exact thing. But I just have this memory and this feeling of one day when I went to Tahoe the very first time that the cabin we were staying at, they had a kayak. And I got up super early in the morning and everyone was starting to wake up. But my uncle asked me if I wanted to go kayaking. I said, yeah. And he's like, well, there's only one kayak. I would love to just sit on the dock and watch you. I'm young, make sure that I'm not going to fall into the into the lake. So he set me up and then he sent me on my way, and I just felt at peace. just sat there. And I went paddleboarding last year on the lake here, and it's the same kind of feeling. Maybe I just need to be like on a paddleboard
Um,
on water or something, or a
yeah,
kayak on
on
water.
still water.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so lovely. Whenever I went up to Oregon last July, and we drove up the coast, and we wanted to stop and see things that, COVID stuff permitting, that we were able to see. And well, the outdoors forest was something that seemed accessible. Um, and so we went to one of the redwood forests. And I don't know. I've always felt very close to nature. I've always loved being in the woods. Even growing up, we lived on 7 acres of woods, and I'd always go and run through our 7 acres through our trail, or we'd have our four wheeler and we'd go on that, or an ATV for people who don't know. Um, and I would always be outside amongst the trees. It is something that I desperately miss here in Southern California. It's not very green, um, but I always crave it. And so we have a mountain that I can see outside of my window called Mount San Jacinto, and there's a mountain town up there called Idlewild. And I visited it twice so far, and it gives me that same feeling. It's not the same as what I felt up north, um, or in China, but it is still like comforting and nostalgic in a sense, because it's very woodsy and mountainous and outdoorsy and beautiful. And then it's with China, it's a water canal city, and riding on the boats through the city, because the walkways either are very tiny like alleys, or maybe there's no walkways to get to some stores or shops or homes. Um, that was also incredibly peaceful, just to be able to ride through a town that's hidden. Like, it was very hidden. You wouldn't know it was there unless you knew it was there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like things that are hidden. Um, it's really nice and comfy for me. Yeah.
I sometimes for people it might just be not necessarily like a specific place. Somebody said that they feel like the same way when they're reading a book at the beach.
Mm,
It might just be trees for you. Just
yeah,
being
I
in a
think it is.
lush tree forest, whatever that might be your thing
Trees make me
versus just
happy.
a very specific place. Um, for me, I feel like mine is a very specific place. Yeah, I think I would be very happy anywhere that has trees and mountains and water and stuff like that. But it definitely has to be Tahoe or Yosemite. And I hope we are planning on going this year, but all of our trips from last year kind of got pushed around. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But I'm hoping in the next couple of years, I kind of want to wait till Charlie's a little older so we could actually do a lot of the hikes. Right
Mhm.
now, he'd be like, "Do we have to go walk? I don't want to walk."
Oh my gosh, don't worry, it doesn't get better, Sam.
I mean, so maybe
It's
I'll wait
still like
till
that.
we'll like go to Tahoe because we can do stuff at Tahoe that's not tons of walking. And we'll save
Mhm.
Yosemite for when he's a little older, when he's like 8 or 9 and he has, longer legs. But even then, I want to be like, let's bring like grandma and she can just sit with you at base camp, and then dad and I can go up the tall
Yeah.
treks. But then even Ben's probably going to be like, I don't want to go hike up a mountain for 4 hours. And I'll be like, all right, I'll just go hike up the mountain by myself.
Oh my gosh, hiking up San Jacinto last week was amazing, and being above the clouds. Like, it was literally
Oh, I'm
above the
sure.
clouds. It was so cool.
You want to go to Yosemite with me?
Yeah, let's go. We're both vaccinated. Gang, gang. We're good.
I will go. I will go to Yosemite with anybody. Anybody that's
Yeah.
just like, let's go to Yosemite or Tahoe. For
I've
my
never
birthday this year, I
Yeah.
wanted to get a cabin at Tahoe,
Mhm.
and we'll see if that happens.
And then I can see your soul
Yeah.
place.
Oh, I
Oh,
just want to share with everybody. Um,
yeah, same. Is
what
it
what powers does your soul place give you? Like, When I
Oh,
go to Yosemite, I feel a whole other worldly zen that I just don't want to talk to anybody. So like, hey,
yeah.
come to Yosemite with me, but I'm probably not going to talk to you for most of the time that we're there. Um, and that I just feel like I can do anything when I'm there. Like going home, I feel rejuvenated and that I am the most badass, powerful bitch that you've ever seen.
Good thing you
And
are, so
and I
Sunny
believe that
morning.
majority of the time, but like I feed, people believe in crystals and feeding off the energy of crystals. I believe that I can feed off the energy of a place. And that's what that place does for me.
Yeah, I feel like I can feed off the energy of nature.
Isn't that so
Absolutely.
crazy?
I feel like that's why I go stir crazy being a streamer, 'cause I'm always inside.
Right?
Um,
You need to be a mobile streamer.
I would love to. An
Go
IRL
hiking,
streamer?
get the whole whole
The
harness.
rig?
Yes.
The only issue is connection. That would be the fun part. Oh my gosh, we lost so many connections up on the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then I fell and, like, busted my knee,
Oh
and I was like,
no.
"Well, no way to get help except to walk down." Here you go.
Exactly.
I know, it's finally healing. It's been almost 2 weeks, but it's doing good.
Yeah. There's a few places to hike here in Nebraska, surprisingly. They're all along the border of Nebraska and Iowa. The biggest town next to us is called Council Bluffs. So you just literally walk along the bluffs. But there's a
Oh, that's
six
fun.
mile hike that I'm trying to get my sister in law ready to do by the end of the summer. And it's rated to be like an intermediate hike. So I'm stoked. I can't wait to do it.
You did. Oh, that'll be so fun. I hope your energy levels are impeccable that day.
When it comes to stuff like that, I feed off of that. I feed off of the sun. I remember last summer I was having a lot of energy issues, and I just told Ben that sometimes I just needed to go outside for 15 minutes in silence and
Mhm.
just lay in the sun, and I physically recharge. So when it's not sunny like it is right now,
Yeah.
I feel extra achy. My body just is not happy. But as soon as I get out in the sun, but I can't just be out in the sun and like playing with Charlie. It needs to be very intentional. I'm there to just recharge and then I'm good to go. But I am like a solar panel.
But so I'm the opposite. I actually don't feel good when it's sunny. Um, I almost detest it. I prefer very gloomy and rainy, and, like, somber kind of days. I feel like it allows me to recharge in an odd way. However, once again, I don't live in the best place for this.
Right.
So it's frustrating, but that's why, like, even on my streams, when I see it's getting gloomy or it's raining or something, I get so excited. I'm just like, "Look at it." And it's not because I don't get it, but it's because I desire it so much, because it refills me in an odd way. So, like, woodsy, rainy area, that's where I wanna be.
To the Pacific
Like,
Northwest
yes. Or England.
or England. I
There
mean,
you
I
go.
love me a good gloomy day. They make my heart very happy. But it can't just be a gray blah day. It needs to be it's intentional, it's raining, but even if it's storming, I don't care. But it can't just be a gray day because then I just feel gray. So I need either one or the other. I need it to be full on raining and have that pretty calm, you get your
Yeah.
background sounds from actual nature versus Spotify kind of thing. Or I need it to be sunny where I can be alone and just recharge.
Ah, I love gloom. I like
One or the other.
cold. I need cold gloom and cold rain.
Ugh.
I don't care for warmth. Get out of here. The reason why I live here is just because of my proximity to LA, my church, and my son's dance class and our friends. And my body enjoys the heat because of pain.
Yeah.
However, my brain doesn't enjoy it.
I am surprised that I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt today. Like
I'm surprised you are too. I'm always wearing sweaters even in the middle of summer.
I did not wear shorts once last year because even then because as soon
Really?
as as soon as it's hot outside, then it's cold inside. And
It's
I just
true.
can't win. I can't win anywhere I go, and it's never warm enough in my house, no matter what I do. I don't know what it is. It's frustrating.
It's so cool how we each have our own different things, like reading some of the conversations going on, people enjoy the warmth more than the cold. I'm just like, "Why? Ew, disgusting." But
We can
we're
trade for a little bit.
it's different. It's so interesting. Yeah, I love where I live, but I desire to be elsewhere with everything that I have here.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could pick up everything I love and move it to a prettier location, I will say.
So, some people say that even though they've never been to their soul place before, things draw them to it, whether it's the sight of a picture of it or the sounds, taste from the food in the area, stories that they hear from other people. And some scientists actually believe that our genes have the ability to carry memories from our ancestors.
Maybe what that's why I desire the UK because 'cause I'm 61% from Scotland, England, Ireland.
Yeah.
So I have heavy roots there. I have family still there.
And I know, like I said, I love the rain. I was born in Washington State. I didn't live there for very long, but I when I went back when I went to Seattle, when we went to Seattle for what PAX, um,
Yes, yes, for the Fortnite
yes,
thing.
that I instantly felt at home from there. But I had never been back since I was 3. And that then
Yeah,
I was 33 when we or 32 when we went. So
almost 30 years.
been 30 years and I still and we didn't even go many places, right? You and I went to the market.
Yeah, we
That's
walked.
it.
That was
But
fun.
even then, just I just felt at home right away.
Mhm.
And maybe it's just because growing up, I had that little exposure as baby me that calls me. It's like Moana.
Yeah.
Her
You're
soul place is the
you're
sea.
called. I love that. Oh my gosh, wait, speaking of whenever we went to that market, do you remember the, like, cult-looking crew walking around? Do you remember the
Yes.
person standing right there with a sign and like, there was nothing on it, it was just, like, a red flag, and
Yes.
then throughout, like, 30 minutes, people just slowly started trickling around. They didn't really say much, and then they just started walking away. And Sam and I are both, like, enjoying our biscuits, and we're just like, "What did we
Nope.
just witness?"
I still have that chapstick too.
Do you?
I
I
never
used all
finished.
mine. Oh, I used mine. It was good.
Yeah. Ah.
I liked it. Oh my goodness.
So a lot of the original soul places for many are now covered by cities and monuments. A lot of the places that we're talking about are places that are inhabited.
Mhm.
Um, they're regulated and protected. Does this still allow people that are drawn to these areas to fully experience their soul place, or are they only getting like a split up portion of it?
Ooh, I feel like
In the
it could be
British
split up.
Isles, there are 2,450 YEW trees that are protected. They're believed to be the sacred trees of the Druids, and so many are drawn to them, but they're almost all inside protected church courtyards and are not allowed to be touched, and they're viewed
Wow.
only under certain hours. Um, so I can only imagine that, like wanting to go to Yosemite, but I couldn't because of XYZ time
Protect.
or day or event or something like that. And I guess there's certain things like if it's too windy, you can't climb El Cap or go up Half Dome. Like there's certain things that stop you from these regulations from experiencing your soul place. Do you think that
Yeah,
that's something that obviously they put it in there for like safety?
I mean, yeah, I would say so. Because even whenever we were visiting China, we went to a lot of temples, and we were able to see, like, people just there all day, and I feel like that was, like, their soul places where they but there's a time that they have to be there in the windows of from open to close for the temples to be protected. So it's just it's sad to think about that, people can't always go to where their heart desires. And I mean, given that none of us can really go all the time, we have lives.
Hmm.
We can't just all go be fairy nymphs in the forest. It's fine. I would love that though.
Let's do it.
However, the limitations that are on locations that your soul absolutely desires sucks. I mean, I my soul desires a very imaginary place, which is Hogwarts. Like, I very much desire a magical world,
That's
which
another
is
one.
yeah,
Going to Universal for
yeah.
me.
You and I, oh my gosh, I could just see, like, our spirits so lifted during that. Even the rain, we were so excited.
Oh yeah. My
Like, that
favorite
didn't
thing
stop
is
us.
when you go to the Hogwarts ride and you walk up there. If you're wearing any Hogwarts, Gryffindor, house, whatever kind of merch, they say welcome home. And it, oh,
My Slug Club shirt, because Slughorn.
yeah. And it just, it's so good. And I always specifically wear something that is recognizable
Same.
for it. And even like just the colors or whatever they would recognize because I just want to hear that. That would be that's
Uh,
another soul place for me. Is whatever I can be to be in Hogwarts. I want to go to the Universal or like the studio tour in London
Same.
so badly. I'm sure that it would just be tears the whole entire time.
Right?
But
I wanna go back to Universal with you in wintertime and wear our cute sweaters because we have too many cute sweaters we can't wear during
I
the summer.
know. Seeing Cursed Child was another moment like that. We when we went to New York, it was for New Year's Eve, and we weren't going to see Cursed Child until after the event, and that we had to work at. And so, but we had to walk past the theater every single time. We had to go from our hotel to where our event was in Times
Uh-huh.
Square. And so each time, the first time I saw it, Ben had to hold me because I was shaking so much because I was within standing distance from this theater. And oh,
Yeah, the magical world does things to us, and several people like, it's always so fascinating to know we're not alone. Like, there's just millions of us out there that desire this feeling, and I get it through my tabletop now, but that's about it,
like
aside from
it
going to the place itself.
doesn't it just make your body just ache thinking about it?
It's
Is
kind of painful because you know you really won't ever experience it.
right? But even just
It's
the
sad.
idea of going to Universal and walking around and seeing the
Mhm.
show on the castle, like my muscles are just tightening up thinking about it because it makes me so excited.
My heart's, like, getting
Your
happy.
heart's getting
I'm getting happy
happy.
heart. I'm like, "Oh, I wanna go." So we're booking tickets now, right?
Right? No kidding. Oh man. Oh, Ben always says that you can't take your money with you when you die. And a lot of the times when we talk about like spending money, I'm like, ugh, do we really have to spend money? Like it just don't make it hurt, makes my heart hurt to think about spending money. But if you have the money and you have the ability to do these things that make you happy, why are you not doing it? And you don't need a ton of money to do some of these things, right? Like
Yeah, most is
there's
just travel fair.
yeah. Let's
That's where the
petition
money
to
goes.
make travel fare cheaper.
Yeah, please.
So I don't know. I think that's something that I really need to take to heart more than anything, and actually like go to these places because I can, and that's something that like I know is very I'm very lucky to be able to do, but I can't take it with me when I die. So I might as well. I know. Might as well just do it. Do what I can.
Experience it. Do it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Sam and I have gone to Diagon Alley. Yeah, we went to oh my gosh, I always forget that last year was a thing. Was it 2 years ago?
2019.
Eh
Yeah.
yeah, and unfortunately, we were in the Hagrid's line, the new ride, it's like 3 hours, and we were like we could see the carts that they were loading, and the line stopped. And that's where
Classes
most of our
were on pause or something like that was the term they
Yep,
used.
yep, and we were in the area, if you've ever been on the ride, we're right above us, there's, like, a screen, and there's, like, spiders going across it and everything. It was Sam would always be like, "They're coming. I'll let you know when they're done because she
Thankfully,
knows
eventually they
my
turned the
arachnophobia.
sound off though.
Yeah.
Remember they had the sound on for like 10 minutes of it, and then they
Uh-huh.
just turned the sound off, and then they said that classes were canceled for the day.
Yeah,
And
and
that
we
meant
oh my gosh, we were sad.
that the ride was closed. And we bought like fast passes to go do everything else so we could spend all of our time in that line. We went there specifically to go on that ride.
Yep, Sam and I, we were determined to do as much as we could. Like, we didn't care about anything else at Universal, honestly. We were there to spend all day in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. We did ride the Gringotts one a few times though, because we
Hmm.
had time now. And then the rain didn't get us down. We got soaked.
But you could
We were
only
running
do a ride
around.
so many times.
Yeah, because not that it's boring, but like you've experienced it. It's not as
Yeah.
magical.
And I
So
usually don't like to do them more than twice because then when I go
mhm.
back, I forget certain parts. I don't want to do it so much that I know where everything is.
Yeah.
I want to be able to still get scared for the spiders that come down or the stupid snakes that come and blow fire or like air or whatever on you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh gosh, I love it so much. I desire to do a redo with you, Sam.
Same.
We're gonna get our redo.
2022.
Yeah, because it was robbed from us.
Last year and this year was robbed from us from going down there. So 2022, after GCX, you and I
That's
will
right.
go, or before, you and I will go Universal for a day again.
We're getting our girls' day.
And we will rectify the situation. And if classes are canceled, I'm going to tell them, screw it, I still want to go on it.
Does anybody work at the Florida Universal and want to get us in quickly before it
We'll
breaks?
message Jess when the time comes.
Oh yeah, Jess.
Be like, hey, are you
Oh,
going to
John
work the
works there
ride
too.
today?
John works there too. That's John.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right, 2022, John.
Year of Universal.
We're just going every month. Dang, I wonder. So wait, if if you have your soul place and you go there often, is there a time where it becomes too much? Like, do you think that it wouldn't
I
be as
think so.
magical to you?
I think if I moved to Lake Tahoe, it would not be the same. I would probably be in
Mm,
love with it for a few years, and then it would just become mundane to me.
yeah, because it's your
But it's
normal now.
okay, right? It's okay to have your soul places change.
Yeah, it's like soulmates.
Yeah.
Soulmates can change.
Also, is it sometimes better to never visit your soul place because you don't want the chance of your vision in your
Disappointment.
head to be
I
different?
think I think that that could be acceptable. Yeah. For me personally, heck no. Like I want to go. I need to experience it. It's the adventurer in me. But
I'm already like thinking about where I could go hike and find trees around here.
I know I'm thinking of it too. I was like, dang, I have a stream after this. But Dak and I, or Eric, sorry, I never know what to call him. We've already planned to walk later, so I'm excited.
Nice. It's funny that you mentioned Idlewild because it's a big part of the show, The Fosters, and I just finished watching that recently. So when you were
Realize that.
mentioning Idlewild, because they live in the San Diego area,
Yeah. When did
um,
they mention Idlewild? I've seen the first
uh,
season.
Brandon goes up there for music camp.
He does. I didn't even think of that. The funny thing about Idlewild, it's the teeniest, tiniest rinky-dink town. Like it's just a mountain town. They have one little town center.
Yep.
They have one little pizzeria, little grocery store, and just a bunch of little houses. Like it's the most darling place ever.
Now I have wanderlust.
Same. Yeah, we're definitely booking tickets after this, so we'll see y'all later.
Let me see. How much does it cost to get from Omaha to Yosemite? Because you can't fly into Yosemite.
let me see what mine is. Where do I fly out of? I have so many different places I can fly out of. Let's try San Diego. San Diego to
All right.
Yosemite.
If I want to go today, no, May 9th. It's $177 round trip.
And
Oh,
you said
wait.
May 9th?
No, let's not do that. You start at 3:17 on Sunday, May 9th, and you don't get there until 12:06 on Monday, May 10th. So it's an 18-hour stop in Denver.
No.
It's so cheap. I mean, I could go there and go see a friend and then come back. Otherwise, it's like $400.
Is it the Fresno airport?
This is telling me I'm going into San Francisco. And then I have to
Is
drive.
it? Okay, so San Francisco. Let's search. For
Or
me,
Merced Regional Airport.
I
I
don't
don't know where
know.
that is. Yeah, most of this is sending me to San Francisco.
Mine's only 133 because it's an hour flight.
Well, let's do it.
So
$400 is the
we're
average for
going,
people.
right? Oh, dang. 100?
I'll do it. Oh, I'm looking at pictures now.
I know, stop. Look at us booking trips right now. just to get away. We can
Gosh.
pretend we're casting magic the entire time.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks for chatting with me today.
yeah, always. This was really good. This was good to learn. I've never known what to call that feeling of places that you feel home, but it's not your home. So now I know that it's called my soul place, which
Where
is
your soul belongs.
ah,
I'm sure there's plenty of other soul things. Like you have your soul. There's like soulmate, right? The person that makes you feel your soul feel complete. You probably have like your soul smell or
yeah. Oh, I never thought about scents. Dang, scents are another thing.
yeah.
Because scents can take you anywhere. Good talk. Like this got me feeling things that I haven't felt in a while. Hmm.
Yep. All right.
Wonderlust.
I'm not gonna be able to talk much longer, so
It's fine. So shall we wrap things up then
yep.
so that you can stop dying?
So I can stop talking. I can talk like this in a really high pitched, annoying voice, and it doesn't do anything.
It sounds beautiful and I love it.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Dr. Lupo, and welcome to the magic word.
Thank you for
I'm
joining
drinking
us.
water.
Water is good.
It's not
Drink it all.
helping. Gosh. See you guys next week.
See y'all next week. Thank you for
Bye.
hanging out.